Join me as I take on the challenge of surviving a real-life horror movie. No script, just pure adrenaline. You know, there are moments in life when reality becomes so intense, so surreal, that it feels like you're trapped in a horror movie. And I'm not talking about those jump-scare-filled, cheap thrill kind of movies. I'm talking about the kind of horror that chills you to the bone. The kind that makes you question your own mortality. That's exactly what happened to me. And today I'm going to share that terrifying experience with you. I still remember the night like it was yesterday. I was driving home from a late-night shift, the roads were deserted, and the only sound was the creaking of the trees in the wind. It was as if the whole world had come to a standstill, leaving me alone to face whatever horrors lay ahead. As I approached the final stretch of my journey, I noticed something strange. The streetlights seemed to flicker, and the shadows seemed to move of their own accord. It was then that I saw it. A figure, tall and imposing, standing in the middle of the road. My heart was racing, my palms were sweating, and my mind was screaming at me to get out of there as fast as I could. But I was frozen, my eyes glued to the figure, wondering what it was, what it wanted, and what it was going to do to me. The air was thick with tension, and I could feel the weight of fear bearing down on me. It was as if I was trapped in a nightmare, with no escape, no reprieve. As I sat there, paralyzed with fear, the figure began to move towards me. Its pace was slow, deliberate, and menacing. I could feel my heart pounding in my chest, my breath coming in short gasps, and my mind racing with thoughts of death, injury, and chaos. It was as if my worst fears had come to life, and I was powerless to stop them. And then, just as the figure was about to reach my car, everything went black. The next thing I knew, I was lying on the side of the road, my head throbbing, my body aching, and my mind reeling from the shock of it all. It was over, the horror had passed, and I was left to pick up the pieces of my shattered nerves. As I looked back on that night, I realized that I had faced my deepest fears, and I had come out on top. It was a harsh lesson, but one that I will never forget. Looking back on that experience, I realized that it changed me in ways I could never have imagined. It taught me that fear is a powerful motivator, that sometimes you have to face your demons head-on if you want to survive. And it taught me that, no matter how dark things may seem, there's always a way out, always a glimmer of hope. So, what about you? Have you ever had an experience that felt like a scene from a horror movie? Share your stories in the comments below, and don't forget to check out another video on my channel for more thrilling true stories.